Hi there, it's me, Benz, from Off the Map Gaming. You know, this whole video essay thing is really just a way for me to vent in a creative manner. More likely, if you're watching this video, you are here because you found it in an advertisement. The fact that you're here because of that already kind of proves my point that I haven't even gotten around to talking about yet. Let me explain. We all know that YouTube has something called the algorithm, a little black box that tells the site what you want to watch, and the truth is that no one, not even the people at YouTube, fully knows how it works. I'm not here to try and explain it, but let me try to offer some insight. Since I've been running a channel here on YouTube for over a year now, including the production and editing of videos, thumbnails, descriptions, and technical specialist on these videos, I figure I have at least a small amount of knowledge on how this works. I've also been keeping close eye on the analytics for a while now, and I'm starting to see a trend that I don't like. And to show you what I mean, why don't we take a look at my analytics? I'm not sure why other YouTubers don't like talking about it. It's like the unwritten rule about not talking about how much money we make at our jobs. It could be because it creates competition, or that it makes someone seem proud or unrelatable. Well, I don't have that problem, because my statistics suck, and that's what I'm here to talk about. A lot of YouTubers, Mark, Jack, Felix, and more, have been saying that they expect it's harder to start a YouTube channel now than it was when they started. Not only is there more competition than when they started out, but now there are far too many gaming channels out there in an already overly saturated market. And on top of that, YouTube itself is seemingly actively working against new creators. As far as I can tell, back in the days before the big bad algorithm, YouTube would just offer videos at random, with a small amount of knowledge as to what you might want to watch next. Nowadays though, YouTube doesn't really offer that kind of support for smaller channels, which is why some of the videos, these essays included, are sometimes advertised. It's literally the only way I can get my pinky toe in the door to be noticed. Now, I've said in previous comments that I run this channel as a hobby, a creative outlet for myself, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I don't want to produce things without any payoff. Don't get me wrong, I love making videos. If we weren't having a good time, we would just stop. But when one nice comment comes through, that is a rush to my ego, and sometimes my self-esteem as well. I've also said that as long as I put a smile on one person's face, this channel is worth it. And the more the merrier. As this guy said, if you go into YouTube with anything less than this mindset, you're going to be disappointed. So what proof do I have that YouTube is actively crippling smaller YouTube channels? Well, currently, Off the Map Gaming has only 401 subscribers. It's not a lot, but we've been around for a while. Over a full year of making videos, in fact. I've followed the rules and cut swearing in the first minute of the video, posted consistently, and tried to make somewhat engaging thumbnails and titles. I do my best, alright? I still have a long way to go, but here's the deal. YouTube still isn't recommending my videos. You can argue that it's because it's a relatively small channel, and so before we go on, I want you to post in the comments exactly how many times you think our average video gets seen on YouTube in a week. I don't mean views. I mean how many times it pops up in a feed, recommendations, or in the suggested videos. Is it in the thousands? No, that's a little too high. A couple hundred then. No, still too high. Shoot lower. It's about 100 impressions per video, or about 150 a day across the entire channel. Hi there, Future Benz from the editing booth with a small correction. What I just said is true for the channel just before 2020 started. Recently, since the Nights into Dreams video, the impressions rate has started to pick up and are what I would call at acceptable levels. We've made a few changes since then that I'm about to get into, but I think I can say that advertising these Benz Talks has been a huge help overall. Anyways, back to you, past Benz. From what I can tell, there are a couple ways to increase the amount of impressions you get. You can get more engagement on videos by asking the audience a question so that they respond in the comments, hitting the like button, or subscribing and hitting the bell. Most articles I've read mention that engagement almost directly affects the amount of impressions a video gets. Another way, as I recently found out, is to change the branding of our channel to something original. Powerline is an awesome name and I will always love it, but it would always be overshadowed by the Goofy movie and many other channels named Powerline on this platform. changing to off-the-map gaming has definitely been a step in the right direction. I originally wrote this script when still under the name Powerline, and the statistics for that were much more bleak. We were getting about 25 impressions over a week per video, and only about 100 at most over the entire channel. So having a channel name that is original is extremely important. We can actually do a quick example in the difference between Powerline and off-the-map gaming. Here are my analytics for impressions on our first Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 series in the first 14 days. Now, here's our impressions for the first Heavy Rain episode over the first 186 days. Sonic already has 274 impressions versus Heavy Rain's 159, and that episode of Heavy Rain came out about 6 months ago. I'm starting to get a little off topic here. Anyway, once I noticed that YouTube pretty much solely recommends larger channels, I started looking at my suggested feed for videos I watch. Yes, it's all similar content to the video I'm watching, however, none of it is new. I've either already subscribed to most of these channels, or the videos I'm seeing are from channels that are already huge and don't necessarily need the views. In other words, I'm not seeing anything from smaller channels at all. Take a look in the suggested feed of this video. Are any of the channels that you are looking at have anything less than 100,000 subscribers? I highly doubt it. And if you do see a channel like that, go and click on their video after this one. It's probably pretty good. The point I'm trying to make here is that starting a YouTube channel is hard because you need a way for people to notice you. Getting a shout out is always nice, but for the channels that can't get that, what's the next option? You could keep posting into Eternium and hoping against hope that some people will click on it and watch and share and like and subscribe, but that just doesn't seem very likely at this point. Felix Schellberg, or PewDiePie, once made a video about how to get started on YouTube, and he said this.
You don't need a shout out, and a shout out isn't necessarily going to help you unless your content is interesting. That's just how it is. You see people all the time in my comment section marketing their own YouTube channel. I find it very disrespectful to do that. It annoys the hell out of me because it's basically just ignoring what I worked on and basically just saying, hey, look at me.
And that's totally true. Some forms of advertisement are kind of rude. I wouldn't want people advertising in the comments on my channel, so why would I do it to somebody else, especially to somebody that I admire? But that big question of how to market a channel is not an easy question to answer. And the conclusion that I came to was to advertise my channel on YouTube, and honestly, it totally works, even if it can be a little expensive. My problem with this system is why I should have to do it in the first place. Because you see, the thing is that I want to do really good things for this world. I want to do what these guys do. I want to donate to charities or create a game. I want to do stuff. But the bottom line is that I can't. I can't do it from where I'm at. I'm not giving up, not even close. As All Might once said, there are those who aim for the top and those who settle, and that difference matters. If you want to make it to the top, you have to have ambition and the will to be the best. Laying in wait and settling for second will make you come in last. So I want to give it my absolute all, and if that means throwing some money at it just to get noticed, then I'll gladly do so. But most of all, I can't do this alone. And I don't just mean that I need Kirk, or Brian, or Justin, Emily, or Chance. Without you watching and reacting to their calls of action, they're just people talking into a camera. You better believe that when a creator says thank you, they really mean it, because they are nothing without you. So let's wrap this up. If you enjoyed this video, go and share it with a friend, like it, comment, subscribe, or click the bell. Doing any one of these things helps out more than you can imagine. As I mentioned before, videos with more engagement get recommended more often. So you should know that it helps out more than you think. There should also be 2 videos here that you can watch that are similar to this one. Why Nights into Dreams Sucks, dive into the mechanics and gameplay of the Sega Saturn classic, and Why You Climb the Mountain, a somewhat philosophical discussion about Undertale. And hey, thanks for watching to the end.